Hello everyone, this is the first video for the prerequisites to use the provider tools installer. You will need a meta developer account and you'll need a Dataverse environment in order to get started. So in order to make a meta developer account, first you need a Facebook account. Um, I recommend making one for your business. Somebody needs to be in control of this account to be able to administer what's going on with WhatsApp. After that, I'll have a direct link to where you can register. You can just go to developers.facebook.com instead, and you'll see a login page, maybe a sign up depending if you're already logged in here. And that should be it for the start of making the account. After you make the account, you're going to want to go to the apps location. To get there, if you don't see my apps up here, you can go to more tools and you'll usually see it up there at that point after you signed in. And I can show that really quick here. So if we just go to developers, you'll see my apps there if you're signed in, and that will take you here. After you get here, you have to create the application. And you'll see a few options. It needs to be other here. You don't want to use Facebook login. And then you'll need to do business because the target is WhatsApp here. And then you do the creation as the last step. You will not have a business account yet, so just ignore this part. Alright, after the application is created, you'll be here, and then you want to set up a WhatsApp account. Now here you're going to want to create a business account here, and it'll just be a standard walkthrough. I will not be able to show this part due to limitations from Facebook, but once you have one, you create it, do continue. At this point, it can be stopped. From this point on, it will be the Dataverse information you will need to set up next. For the Dataverse, I'm going to provide a link to this website here. I know this is for administering without a license, but it does a good job of explaining why you really do need a license. Because if you are given permission to do this, to install this, and you do not have a license, you will not be able to read write. So this will not work. You also need to have global administrator as a role, and you will need to have Dynamics 365, which I will show a little bit later. All right, so that is required. This is important to know. You cannot be unlicensed admin to do this install. Inside of the admin.microsoft.com, you just go to your users, your active user, and the main license that you will need is the Power Apps Plan 2. Plan 1 might work, but Plan 2 is what we use to do this. Inside of your roles, make sure that you do have it either an active and eligible and activated if you're ineligible. This is going to depend on the management for your environment, but this is under the privileged identity management tab. Let's go there, do that, and you will also need the Dynamics 365 administrator. Both of these are required. For some reason, Global Administrator has issues with Dynamics 365, and it actually does not seem to count it sometimes for some reason during this install. So make sure to have both of those, as well as being the owner to be able to create all the resources required to do the installation. For the Dataverse environment itself, you would just go to the Admin Power platform. This link will be at the bottom as well, and you would create an environment in here. You can just use a default one. You probably will have one for your environment. And if you do create another one, make sure to contact your billing team, because as you can see here, you'll need to set up a billing system to be able to set that up correctly, and you will need the Dataverse data store because Dataverse is exactly what we'll be using. And that will be the end of the prerequisites to start the installation of the tools.